In October of 2012, I received an email from the head of benefits asking if anybody was interested in running the Boston Marathon, and I jumped at the opportunity. I'm not fast at all, and so the chances of me ever qualifying to run the Boston Marathon are nil. It's a requirement of doing this invitational program that you actually fundraise. I had a friend killed in action in Iraq, and it was very important to me to support soldiers' best friend. And they take dogs out of shelters and train them to be emotional companion dogs for soldiers who come back with PTSD and other trauma-related injuries. It's a really beautiful and amazing organization. Running a marathon is actually a really big deal for me because I'm someone who never thought that I could ever run more than 3 miles, and I'm not an athlete. I don't look like a runner. I'm not particularly graceful when I run, and it hurts for me. It's not something that comes naturally to me. I have to work at every single mile. It's just something I never thought that I'd be able to accomplish. And to run 26.2 miles puts you in a very special club.
Excellent job, my friend. 20 miles.
Hi. I'm all lit up. She just did a great job right now. Give her a high five. I'll give her a high five. Stay right on. I'm sorry, I'm flying you. It's okay. I'm sure she loves it. Congratulations. Thank you.
We start going to the start line, and of course everybody's incredibly nervous. So once I crested the top of the last hill in the hill series, which is about mile 20, I turned on my phone. And I got on Facebook during one of my block breaks, and I said, I kicked those hills as asses. And I kept running, but my phone was on. And all of a sudden, after a little while, I kept hearing my phone make a lot of noise, like text message after text message or Facebook message or whatever. And I thought, oh, you guys, I'm not there yet. I have about another hour left. And then I saw all the police officers with their heads cocked to the side, listening to their radios. I saw it, but I didn't understand it. And so I kept running. And then I got to about mile 25. And there was a barrier, and everyone was stopped. And somebody said, they've closed the race. So I found a police officer and asked her what happened. She told me that a bomb had gone off. I could hear siren after siren going off, and just people walking around in a complete daze and shock. It was horrific. When we later found out what had happened, and that 3 people had been killed, one of them being a child, and numerous people being completely maimed, my heart broke. The Boston Marathon is one of the most enjoyable things that I've ever done as a runner, and to have somebody try to take that away and tarnish it and make people afraid is shameful. It was one of the best days and one of the worst days of my life. One of the worst days because it shows you how awful people can be. But it was one of the best days because of the way that people banded together to help. After experiencing a piece of PTSD, it really firmed my resolve to continue to fundraise for the organization that I had chosen. I won't be afraid. And although it's going to be very difficult to run this marathon again, emotionally for me, it's one of the best things that I can do for myself.